guys, it's Yvonne here, and I'd like to take a minute to show you how I make this pocket. Have you ever wondered how some people, they make such cute pockets and you wonder how are they made? You can't figure it out because it's either glued into a journal or so forth. Well, sit down, look at what I'm doing, and you're going to say, is that all there is to it? It's really easy. Let's get started. Okay, so we're going to take a piece of paper here and we're going to cut it down to 8 inches. This is a 12 by 12 and I'm going to cut it down 8 by 12 inches. 8 inches by 12 inches. You can do it any size as long to make it easy on yourself. You may want to keep an even number, but if you like odd numbers, that is totally up to you too. So at this point, I'm going to take my scoreboard right here, and I am going to score all the way down from 4 inches, which would be the centerpiece of all this paper. So I'm going to make one long score mark, like that. And then I'm going to take the paper and turn it sideways, and I am going to score at 4 inches and at 8 inches, which should give me 3 panels or 6 panels if you want to of 4 by 4. Okay, so you can tell in the back here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 panels of 4 by 4. Now we are in business. Now you're going to take your piece of paper here, and this is the center, right? So for making it easier for me, I took a marker and went down one line. You can do it on any line you like. I mean, if you use the middle of your board, it might be easier. And then if you don't have a diagonal plate like this, that you can just put it on, go 4 inches, go across, then you will use this particular piece, and you will align the 4 inches here. This is my 4 inches right there. Let me darken that out a bit so you can see what I mean. This is the 4 inches right here, and this is my cross piece right here, right there. Okay, so I got 2 pencil marks. So you can do it with pencil mark too if you wish. Align that point there, and I'm going to line the other point right on the line. See how it makes it much easier for me to visualize. I don't have to start saying, well, am I on the right line here? Because my line is marked all the way down. And I'm going to take this here, and I'm going to bring it down. Follow the line and bring it down like this. Okay? So this gives me a fold like that. You can eyeball it if you want. You don't necessarily have to do it this way. I particularly like it because for me, it just makes it easier because I only have one eye that works, and for me, this makes it easier to work around. I am visually impaired, so I only have one eye, and I have one eye is in a funnel kind of. I don't have full vision in the other one, but what I do have is clear. Anyhow, this is what you end up with. Okay, so we end up with this. Now you're going to take your bone folder and you are going to burnish it like this. Then where the score mark is, you can do one of 2 things, okay? You can either cut it off. Let's say like this one here, you can cut it off and just flip it over and glue the sides here. Attach it, put adhesive on the side. Then you end up having a 2 open ends here. If I can put my nail in it to show you. But this will open up. So if you wanted to do that, when you fold it like this, right, you would put adhesive across here and adhesive across there. And this would remain open up here. All right? If you don't want it that way, you can fold it again, like so, and then you can cut a little slit with your scissors or your cutter or whatever and open it up here. It really doesn't matter. I will show you what I mean by cutting it. It might be easier that way. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut it on my score line, which would be 4 inches, like that, okay? And then I would take it and put it back on here, right? But I'm going to take some adhesive and I'm going to rub my adhesive here and across here and again across here. If you can see what I'm doing here. And then I'm going to reattach this. And I'm going to add it just as if it was folded and not. There. Sorry to take it away from camera, guys. Just want to make sure that I had it as straight as possible. All right? So it's attached here, here, and here, but it's not attached here. Here it is open. Okay? So now you're going to fold it like this. Okay? And I'm going to take my bone folder and make sure that it's nice and as flat as can be. And then I'm going to take it and fold it again on the score mark of the center. Now this will be a little harder to fold because you're getting thick. And I'm using cardstock here, guys. You can use paper too. Paper will be thinner, but it'll work the same. So as you can see, I fold it. So now I end up having basically the same idea as here. See, this is the same as what I have here. Embellished up, mind you, but still, it works the same, and the other side is the same. So at this point, what I would do, guys, is I would embellish it, like this part here. I've been just added some lace around and added some flowers. This was gifted to me, actually, by, I believe it was Lynn. I'm not quite sure. But I love that flower. I don't know how she made it, but I love it. And here was something else that was gifted to me by Tracy. And these are little flowers that I had inside, and this one here I made. So I just added it on there. Didn't want to add something too bulky. So if I do put it in a journal, then I don't have that thickness. It's going to be thick enough by the time it's done. So this is how easy it is. If the day comes that I put it in a journal, I can glue it in the back and add it into on a page. And then I have use of the whole thing. So you end up having a pocket like this. Now I would take some and edge it with paint, sponge it, you know, this is because I like it like that. I think it would be prettier once you embellish it. And then if you wanted to add lace around it, decorate the corner, you can add, these are all Tim Holtz little words and stuff like that, possibly, perfectly, perfect. And, you know, and then you can add some pieces inside. To go one step further, if you wanted to add, you would end up having, when you cut a 12 by 12, you end up having a piece left over. And if you wanted to use that piece and cut it across, cut a piece here for this, then you would have even 2 pockets there. And that would be a really cute album, rag album, or whatever you wanted to do. So that's how easy it is. And with that in mind, you can make any pocket, any size, any way you want. Like I said, try using the even numbers, 4 and 12, or 3 and 9, or something like that, because it'll be easier when you get to fold it and start thinking of 1 8, 2 8, 3 8. But again, if you're really good at math, you don't even worry about that. This is Yvonne, and I'm going to close for now, but I will have more in the near future, so stick around. Have a great day, guys, and more importantly, be happy and crafty.